The long-term view feels counter to what we're used to. What makes it difficult is that it requires something that many of us have become less accustomed to practicing. And that thing is patience. I could go on and on about how being more patient in different areas of your life will improve those very areas of your life. And I strongly believe that. But as it applies to healthier living, I'd like to relay a couple of thoughts from James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. And this is from an interview that Amy Porterfield did with him on her podcast. I'll paraphrase what he said. He said, "Good habits make time your ally. Bad habits make time your enemy. If you have good habits, all you need is for time to work for you. You just need to be patient. If you have bad habits, you put yourself behind a little bit more each day. That's why small habits matter so much. They don't just add up, they compound." There's so much behind what James Clear relays in that interview. And I can't really say it any better than that. The challenge, though, with any compounding process is that the returns and the results that we can see are often delayed. They don't come overnight. Sometimes they don't come over months. But that doesn't mean that change isn't happening. That's why patience is key. In that same interview, James Clear used an example of melting an ice cube. So if you walk into a room where the temperature is 25 degrees and there's an ice cube sitting on the table, you can gradually heat the room 1 degree at a time and still see no noticeable difference in the ice cube, all the way up to 32 degrees. But above 32 degrees, the cube will begin to melt. It doesn't mean that change hasn't been occurring from the temperatures of 25 degrees all the way to 32 degrees. It just hasn't been perceptible to you. And it's the same thing with that final chop of cutting down a tree or winning the championship game or finally meeting your goal weight. We notice the final act and oftentimes become impatient when we haven't reached that threshold yet. But change is happening. By practicing healthier living habits, you are making progress, even if you can't see it. You're not only getting healthier on the inside, you're learning or relearning how to sustain these habits in your life. There's progress happening. Changes are occurring. And just like the ice cube that starts to change, your change is happening as well. But patience is key. Don't give up before you notice your change.